What's going on, guys? In this video I'm going to be showing you how to play the PlayStation 1 games using your Sinden guns. There are a total of 13 games and I'm going to be showing you about 4 or 5 in this video that require special attention. So let's go ahead and go into the wheel and let's go down to D for Die Hard. And we're going to start nice and easy with Die Hard 1 here. So this game takes a while to load, to go through all these screens. So I created a save state. Let's jump right into it. And here we are. So I'm going to go ahead and start the game. And all I'm going to show you here is how to fire grenades and rockets. And I'm going to do a little bit of gameplay. So to fire your grenades, all you do is press the rear left button like so. And to fire your rockets, you hold down the trigger and you press that same button like this. There's your rockets, and that's it. Other than that, you just fire and you reload off screen. You can also reload with the front left button. All these games for PlayStation 1, you're going to be using the 2 left buttons over here, except for one of them, which is Resident Evil, and I'm going to be showing you that in a minute here. This game is a little bit finicky with reloading, so sometimes you have to reload a few times before it takes it.
Sorry, pal.
All right, that's going to be it for this one. As usual, you can press your exit key on your control panel, or if you have the gun, if you point it away from the screen and you hold down the front right button, it's going to kick you out as well. So I'm going to try that right now. And there you go. All right, let's try Die Hard 2 now. Okay, so I think I said it was Resident Evil before, but it's actually Die Hard 2 that you're going to be using the front right button. And what I did there is I created a save state that you can access by pressing that button. And the reason for that is to get the calibration correct. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So let's go ahead and skip all of this stuff. And actually, if I press that front right button right now, it's going to take me to that save state, which would take you to this screen here directly. So the thing with this game is that off the bat, if you look down your sights, the aiming is not very accurate. So you would normally go into the options menu and then you would calibrate your gun. But then you're going to have to do that every single time you play the game. So by creating a save state, if you calibrate your gun, then do a save state, it should be pretty accurate every single time going forward. Now, I don't know if my calibration is going to work for you. So if it doesn't, if you come in here and you load the save state and the calibration is off, you're going to have to do your own and create your own save state. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So if I press this front right button right now, you might have to press it a few times sometimes. But there you go. That time it worked the first time. It took me right back here, and you can hear that music playing in the background. And if I look down my sights, the aiming is going to be spot on. So let's say you start this game, you press that front right button to load the save state, and you're here, you're looking down your sights, and that red dot is not lining up. It's off to the off to the right, to the bottom, whatever. Here's what you do. You're going to go to options, squeeze the trigger. You're going to go to controls, squeeze the trigger. You're going to go to calibrate gun, squeeze the trigger. And you're going to calibrate. You're going to shoot at the center of the target there. Okay, and then it says press A to return. I think that's the front left button. Nope, the rear left. There you go. Now select previous menu, squeeze the trigger. Previous menu again, squeeze the trigger, and once you're back here and your calibration looks good, go ahead and press the F1 key on the keyboard. If you have a keyboard like this one that has an FN key, make sure you hold down FN, then press F1. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. and it just created a safe state for me. If I were to go back to options, and now I press this front right button again right here, see, it takes me here because it loaded my safe state with my calibration. And that is it, guys. That is all I wanted to show you in this game. You're only going to have to do that the first time if my calibration does not work for you. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of gameplay because there's something else I have to show you as well. So let's go into arcade mode. When you get to this menu, you want to make sure that you use your D-pad on the gun and you go over to the gun and then squeeze the trigger. The other choices there are different kind of game modes that you have to play with an actual controller, not a gun. So it says to press start. I believe that's the rear left. Yep, there we go. All right, let's go ahead and exit this game. And next up, I'm going to show you Resident Evil. Go to the R, and let's look for Resident Evil. This is not the one. This is the one. No, it's not. Is it this one? No, I think it's Survivor. Is it Survivor? I have to put a video there for that one. I missed the video. I think it's Survivor. Let's try it. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so this has a very long intro. And I'm not going to make you guys wait, so I'm going to load into a save state as soon as I get a picture here. There we go. And I'm going to load a save state here, which takes me right into the game. Now, this game, you have to move around the stage. It's not like a rail shooter, right? So to do that, and this is how the real game works, guys. I did not configure this way. So your two left buttons are going to be to, the front left is going to be to look left, the rear left is going to be to look right, okay? But then to move forward and to move back, again, this is how the real game works. This is pretty weird. You have to shoot off screen to move forward. So the best thing I've found is to aim at the bezels. Either bezel, just aim right at the bezel. Like this guy has a head over here, for example. And that's going to move you forward when you squeeze the trigger. So let's try that. There you go. If you want to move backwards, you have to do this thing where you also aim at the bezel, but you have to squeeze the trigger, let go, and squeeze it again and hold it. Okay, so basically quickly, twice like this. And that moves you back. All right, you can get used to that pretty quickly. So I'm going to squeeze at that. Aiming at the bezel, I can move right, left to walk around as I'm holding the trigger, pointing off screen like that, right? And then if I want to move back, I let go and I do that thing twice quickly. There you go. You're moving backwards. Moving forwards, moving backwards. There we go. All right, let's do a little bit of gameplay here.
You look familiar, but I just can't remember. Ark Thompson, huh?
Trying to see if you can skip this, but I don't think you can.
Remember anything. I know that this was no way for anyone to die. What?
Alright guys, so you get the point. Pretty simple once you know what to do, but it's pretty wonky controls for this game. Alright, let's go ahead and exit. And let's go to another game. Let's do Project Horned Owl here. Alright, P. Here we go. I don't know why I couldn't find that. All right, then for this game, I'm just going to show you how for some games to navigate around the menu, you use the trigger, to skip around the selections, and then you would press one of the side buttons to actually make the selection. For other games, it's the opposite. You use the buttons to move around and the trigger to make the selection. For this one, you actually use the trigger to move around. So right there, it's telling you to press X. So that's going to be the rear left button. And by the way, I'm going to give you a sheet that has every single game and what the buttons do for every single game, so you guys will know exactly what to do. So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze the trigger here. It says to press X, so rear left. And if you see when I squeeze the trigger, it moves me around the selections, right? And then to actually make a selection, I press that rear left button. Let's go to easy. And let's select hero. I'm going to go ahead and skip this.
Romeo calling 37 and 45. Metallica is setting off bombs in the shopping district. South block sections 3 and 4 moving north. We'll be facing them any moment.
Roger. There they are. Yeah, let's get them.
Watch out! Civilians!
Reload. Reload. Reload.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next game, and this is going to be the last game. Not a very good game, but I'm going to show you guys anyway. This is pretty much 3 games that are very similar to one another. These here, Moorhen 3, 2, and Moorhen X. One of these, I think it's in German or French or something, but if you try the other ones first, you'll get the menu and you'll know what to do. I'm going to try X here. And like I said, all 3 of these work the same, so you're really looking at how to play 3 games right now. So you can select the language for this one, English, continue. And I think this one makes you calibrate at the beginning. Yep, so you just squeeze the trigger every time. Now you actually point at the X and squeeze the trigger. And then to continue, you press the front left button. Now it's asking me for controller 2 because I have this set for 2 players right now. So here's my second gun. Do the same thing, squeeze the trigger. Shoot at the X, front left button to continue. Cool, so then the other thing you can do here is set it up for 2 players. So for that, you shoot the chicken over here, put it on 2 players, and then you go to start game. And that's it. It's a simple game. Just shoot and reload. There's my one player, and here's my other player. All right, guys, that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully that was helpful, and I will see you guys on the next one.